Hello, my name is Carl. I live here. You want to know where here is? Trenton, Ontario. It's in Canada. This is my first time doing this. I hope you all will tell me what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. That's all I ask. I have no idea. But I do know one thing. I am the creator of what I'm about to explain to you and why I created it. This is my baby. It's called Purgatory. Yes, Purgatory. We do have a white fluff ball. You won't see him, but every now and again the shadow will show. It's actually a ghost. His name is Ghost. He's actually a white dog. He's my angel. Now, let's get back to the truck because he'll come into the picture later. First of all, I had no idea. I just started this 3 years ago. These are 3 years worth. I had no idea this was going to happen. All I wanted to do was, in the times, I wanted to build a van which I was going to be super proud of, my baby. I had 5 vans. This is number 5. But this is the first time I really got so involved, as you can see. This is Purgatory. It is a 2007 Econoline 3/4 ton E250. Very rare. Nobody really thought of doing one as far as I know. And I've been doing this for almost 50 years. I am a mechanic. Some say I'm an artist because that's what I do, because I don't look like a mechanic. But I do. I designed this because of the times. I want a van. I want something special I can go camping in. But I also want to design it to make it feel like it blends in today's day and age. And that is why you have what you have. You do have murals on here. As you can see, this is my artwork first and foremost before we get into the motor, we get into the design, the horsepower and all that. I really want to show off my artwork. You have the Guardian. It's a dragon. I know it's hard to see, but this is at night. This is a completely different vehicle. There are 2 vehicles here. You'll know later. There's a dragon. On this side we do have, you can see there are fangs welded at the bottom. All of this stuff comes out at night when the lights shine and it shows. But we do have a mural here where actually the battle is happening. And this is where we should start Purgatory, because there's a lot of problems going on. I understand that. So nobody questions me and just says, hey, that is cool. That's all I wanted, right? It's a simple thing, but that is the battle of the horseman and the dragon. This is all about the Purgatory, because we know this is happening. This is a Roman Catholic, as far as I know, but who cares? It's just cool, right? And this is kind of a make-believe story. I have something special that I'm going to show you later that will go along with it, and it's real. Now we are on the driver's side. This is really what Purgatory is. It is the horseman. It's death. We have a lot of that. He's on his way to the other side. This is where the story really begins. Purgatory, who claims your soul. You all know that. I don't have to explain that. I don't know the whole story. I'm sure a lot of people know about that. All I know is someone did this for me because I asked them to. Now, it looks like 2 paintings, when in fact it's one. What makes it one is the Guardian is blowing fire. As you can see, if you look carefully, that's a walk off of a cliff. But death is coming. There's still leaves here, but this is all dead. Because death, as he comes, everything dies. And the dragon, this is Purgatory. The dragon is just blowing fire to warn him not to pass. He's trying to get to the other side where the battle is happening. See, this is where everything goes to, where the battles are happening. This is Purgatory. It's not meant to be a place for everybody to love, but it's a cool picture, right? And I mean, it's just what it is. You have your ravens. You have the dragon, who is actually the Guardian, who is flaming for him not to pass, because the Guardian does not want him to intercept in the battle that's happening now. There is a safe place in Purgatory, believe it or not, and that is in the rear. That is in the rear. So if you walk around, okay, I'm going to consider the rear. the safe place. Let's think about the second coming, where those who didn't believe and stayed behind, there's a period of time before they can be saved themselves. But this is where they gather. There's no battles happening here. It's the cemetery, I know, but remember, this is still purgatory. This is still purgatory. We're waiting. We do have angels, and this is the only place they can come. This is where actually Jesus comes to collect the second coming, those he left behind. As far as I know, unless someone can correct me. I don't know anything. I'm just saying, this is my story. And guess what? There's some humor. I'm sticking to it. Every dragon, every dungeon has to have skulls. We all know skeleton skulls. What is a dragon in purgatory without skulls? That's the grounds in which their domain. This battle here you're seeing, that's pretty much what you always see when a dragon is protecting its domain. The skulls are all things that were in the way of the dragon. Once again, purgatory. Not a pleasant place, but a hell of a cool drawing. Nice feature. One of a kind, something different. In the end, it's art. That's why they call it the rolling art gallery. It's not the best, but it's not supposed to be. Again, we go purgatory. If it's not perfect, purgatory, it's perfect.
Okay, so obviously that's not a stock grill or a whole front end. What all you got going on here?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. This thing here is quite the imagination. This is something, I wanted something different. I couldn't buy it. So because I do a lot of welding, I am a mechanic, and I like doing art. So let's put this in the same category as art. Quite attractive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's an armor. It's an armor. It's actually an armor. I took the old plastic out of it, and I want to flatten the front, but I didn't want to lose the bumper. I didn't want to lose any of the features that the van would have in a stock, so I could actually get the parts. But because I like to customize everything I do, I made all this from scratch. I made it out of an imagination. However, being a guy who builds his own engines and tries to modify things and invent, first of all, inside, I need to figure out a way to make the inside before I could do anything, because that would be my foundation, the inside. Because if I didn't do that, it wouldn't look right. You would see all of the moving parts that everyone really doesn't want to see. It is the motor, it's the rad, and it's not what I want to show at the show. I want to show clean. I want to be able to put lights in there, but you won't see the lights. Instead, you'll see the glow, and they're different colors, and it's fantastic, but that will be shown later. However, I did design the grill, and I had to get these separate. They do work they did work together. I rewired, because that's why I do wire. I rewired these so this and the pearls work separately. So they are kind of like a set of eyes, the pearls. The lights come on when I put the lights on, but the pearls are the running lights. Then we go to the sequential lights. I want so badly, everybody wants sequential, so I incorporated them. I made them look factory. None of this is factory. Everything has been altered. It's not the Ford van anymore. The bumper is. Now what I did here is I put a light bar in here, and then it is a 62 feature light bar, so it does all kinds of lights. Then I put the screen on so the bugs don't destroy the glass in the light. This is just an add-on. I think it's cool. Everybody's seen it. It's just a normal solar light, but it does work great as a third eye. Again, purgatory, oddballs. So I like oddballs. This here I had to order. It's not steel, but it is. It looks good. It's chrome. I did heat up the hole, put a screw in, and that allowed me to make threads to melt on a round thread. And then I put this on, and it looks like the scorpions are actually playing with a a bubble, a water bubble kind of thing. It's a feature I put in. It's an imagination of the whole van. It's everybody has an imagination. This is welded to the van. However, this is on top of the frame that I welded to the van bumper. So this is actually a bumper, like this is a bumper. It is solid. There is a frame behind it, but this is united with the frame after the frame is done. I had to make a cavity in here. The first year I only had this. I didn't have the sides. I added the sides. 3 years it started with this section, then the second year came with this section onto this section and with the centerpiece. This year I added from this bottom down and the fangs are welded inside, but they are part of my bumper. I will explain that later. They're sentimental. I had to make something out of the bumper. I didn't want to throw it away. It was very sentimental to me. So I cut the fangs and I welded them in here. I had enough to do that. I still have one piece left over. This here is manipulated aluminum. Then I have diamonds on here. Underneath here is a cavity, and this is where the lights are. There is actually a red bar above each set of fangs. When I hit the horn, the red bar lights up and lights up the teeth. I am going to put a delay switch on there, so it just goes like this and shuts off. That is going to be a cool feature. That will come later in the video. There is a light bar under there that has all kinds of light that display different types of designs on the floor. The van has, it does have a 5.4 block in it, but it has oversized heads in it. I changed the heads in the block. So the heads alone gave me an extra 200 horsepower. Oh, nice. So I've got 13 thread thick meat on those heads. So for the plugs, which are actually 13 threads. See, Triton originally had a problem with their heads because they were very thin. They were only 3-4 threads. So they were either seized, they blow out plugs, they had nothing but problems. And they still do that. I don't know why, but that's Ford. We'll have to talk to Ford about that. But I changed the heads and the lower ends, so I added more horsepower. In all, I was able to get close to 400, around 400 horsepower it's got, 375 foot-pound torque, okay? Now, again, you're going to bear with me because of my first video. However, the transmission stall converter is united. They work hand in hand. This thing, you'll hear it later, also idling. It purrs. I did make the pipes myself because I have 4 catalytic converters on it. It's when you have a big block like this, it's hard to get, you know, people ask, 4 catalytic converters, how the hell do you manage to spin the pipes? You got 3.5-inch pipes. Yeah, I know, I had to do it in sections. So that's why it's a good thing I weld. Because, yeah, no, it's kind of complicated to do. But it is done, it's perfect. I did add features like the center bar here to stop the dust from coming through. It's always clean looking. It does light up a beautiful blue against the chrome, which is actually quite nice. It's classy on top of a dismal kind. Oh, I need to remind you before we go any further. You meet George. He's really not blending in very well. He does try to get away. You can see he doesn't do much compared to his ancestor, right? We do have a leash. Yes, the wife holds on to it. He's not getting away. You got to feel sorry for him, really. He's part of the comic relief on this whole scene.
I was asking you earlier about the mirrors too.
Yeah, the mirrors.
That's not, you put all that on there, right?
The mirrors, I always wanted to get chrome mirrors. I couldn't find them, so I figured, you know what, just make your own design. It's good enough. And that's actually what I did. I bought chrome rolls and stuff, and this is what I got from it. I'm trying to match the grille and the feature. Just like this here, I want to finish off the front, and that's what this is all about. Blend nice and smoothly out of it. I took the old centerpiece here off. I made this lights up all the way around. This is solid. It's only a fiberglass hood.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's only fiberglass hood.
Okay.
So to make a solid piece, and it's all aluminum and underneath steel and stuff, so it's solid. But the lights are inside all the way around. It's all blue, lights up at night, as well as in the screen mesh here, it lights up blue. It's all on dimmer switches. Okay. So it brightens and dims, as well as the lights up here. But they're inside the windshield, and when I turn them on, they are also on a dimmer switch. This was off of a 1989 Ford, the roof spoiler. It looks like it belongs, and actually, you know what? I'm going to say it does belong because it's solid. It doesn't do much. And in fact, it collects the wind when I'm on the highway, and the faster I go, the more it actually wants to lift the front of the van, which kind of pulls the wheels straight a little, eases the front end suspension. Thank God for that, because it's expensive to put money into these things.
Now, those little, I see little things, are those lights or are those little accents, buttons or whatever?
Oh, those are little diamonds for show, really, but they do glitter at night, and when certain lights hit
like
them.
A diamond in there. Okay.
Yeah, they're all diamonds.
Yeah, I see it now. Okay.
They're all diamonds. And of course, you know, I wanted to get chrome wiper handles. Well, I decided, you know what, I couldn't find them, so I just made it. And I'm sure everybody's familiar with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Terminator?
Yeah.
Well, here you go. That's his arm.
Nice.
That's his arm. Hey, it works. And at night it just glows like blue when the lights are on. So the whole thing has quite the character, really.
Very nice.
But it is still Purgatory. Now underneath, I did do a lot of work underneath. I wish I had it up near, but you can see there's new coil springs, there's new shocks. I do all my own work.
Yeah.
I don't have a mechanic. I am the mechanic. I put new coils. I don't even know if you can get underneath to see, but it's got upper, lowers, inner, outer, tie rod ends. It has center link, brand new center links. This thing has been rebuilt brand new in the front. I did all that right here. Now I have mostly aluminum. I do like to manipulate aluminum. And now this is an interesting part of this van. The bottom end is not really the van anymore. It is reconstructed. I cut 5 inches up off of this hole from front to back. It's gone. I prefabbed and made a new piece, but it's formed to the shape, no body fill, because I like to leave it. If it's got patina, that's even better. Now it's solid, but the bottom is actually a 2x2, believe it or not, angle iron, 1/8 thick. Very solid. I took an 18 gauge metal, which is an actual body metal, 5 inches of it, as long as that, and I butt it inside the corner of the angle iron. And I welded all the way along. Then I pushed it up against the angle iron, the top end, and I welded all that. Now I grabbed myself a nice pipe that's shaped the same as the van stock is, and I bent it nice and gently on, and it became the form of that. Now I prefabbed a piece. However, I just didn't want to match up to two 18 gauge. That wasn't enough for me to do. So I got a piece of 16-inch gauge and I cut a strip that long, about that wide, and I welded on the inside of the 18 gauge that I bent. This way, now I can put it up on the inside of this 18 gauge and they would butt. And then I welded them together all the way along with the 16 gauge behind them. So it's stronger than strong. But it's almost as if you got a frame on a frame, but it's a body. And it's the body panel. On the inside, I built actual supports on each 4 corners out of 16 gauge and boxed them in. So this thing is built like you know what. Yeah, they use them in the military. I just made this one here on my own. However, you don't get stuff like this in the factory. You have to make this. It looks finished now. You see, it's not hard to do things, but see, this thing here, the paint originally was chipping. Instead of putting body fill, I had the artist just make something. See, this is where the paint chipped up to, but this is what I mean by leaving patina. It's much nicer and it's rougher, but you're supposed to see it. That's all part of the structure. I don't want body fill. I don't want something that's going to fall off. I want steel. But being Purgatory, here's the kicker. Purgatory, well, we all know Purgatory is not perfect. So therefore, this van is actually perfect. It's got flaws, but Purgatory's got flaws. Now we come to the back, and none of this is stock to the van. The bumpers, it had a step down. This was an electrician contractor's van when I bought it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I took everything apart, and I ended up getting this. Now this is where I cut out the bumper. Remember, I said in the front, I made the fangs. Well, what I cut out here, I took sections and I made fangs. So sentimental to this bumper is in the front bumper, and they're united now. Purgatory has itself now. This here I designed this with aluminum, and it's been bent into shape and everything, and then underneath I put a backup light, and that is bright. It also has a 62 62 color and feature, 62 features in here.
Wow.
So, but I use it as a backup light. This is actually a light bar. It is a strip, but it's a light bar, and it has a backup, and it is pretty much as bright as this when I back up.
Wow.
Yeah. Now we go up here. I made the bar up here. I bought this originally thinking that the bar, this was the light, but it's not. The light is underneath, and it's a laser light. And I thought, well, I need more than that, so I took the aluminum and I made my own light strip underneath that. Now I have this laser and I have my own lights. And the laser works nice, but I also have lights. As well as on the top, I have lights in all the way around, which lights up the spoiler. That spoiler is off of a charger, a new charger.
Oh, is that right? Yeah,
it's off of a new charger.
I was going to ask you what that come off of.
Yeah, and the way it's designed like that. Now, I had to customize that into the roof of the van because the charger trunk lids kind of go upward. So they're designed to go on a charger like that. That means if I put it on here, my roof goes like that, not like that.
Right, yeah.
I had to add a piece of aluminum in there with a rubber base to make it go like that and then fit on there, and I had to adjust it in order for the wind to be dynamic enough to work with the van.
Nice.
So it's solid. This thing is I can step on here, but this thing is very solid. And in fact, the wind will hit this and come around, and because it's tilted at a certain degree, the wind will literally push the van down in the back.
Wow.
That builds traction.
Yeah.
That builds traction. I did build the differential. It does have posi traction for 3/4 ton. Yeah, it's a kick, you know what. I am going to finish the top. We'll talk about that later. However, this is important because this helps the steering with the front spoiler and the rear. They actually work together. The front spoiler has an opening dome where this wind comes through, as well as lightening up the front end on the highway. So the faster you go, the lighter the front comes and the harder the back is pushed down. It's a nice handling vehicle. It's a really nice handling vehicle that way. 3/4 ton, that's crazy, but it's good. I like it. Nobody's going to hurt this van. So it's show van, but it is security. So anybody can go in it. Now this has all been redesigned because normally they come with a certain light up here, but I meshed it in and everything, and I made it smaller. So this is all done. This is done. There are lights in the back here, red and purple, and it creates a really nice glow on the whole wing. It makes it show worthy, let's say. Yeah. And you can't miss this van in the back when you're going down the highway, because underneath you have these lights here as well, red lights. You have them, these, you have these, those up there. This is an actual showpiece on the road.
Oh, yeah.
This is not one of those things you can take in a show and have to set it up for lights. You can turn the lights on, come in the show with your lights going, and park it and just walk away. And people can have fun. They can go in the van and do whatever they want because it's all done inside.
You was explaining to me earlier that these buttons here on the back, they're for backup?
They are actually backup sensors.
That's a sensor, yeah.
So it's like on a big truck. You're backing up, beep, beep, beep. Well, my wife is a little person, and the dash, of course, is so big, she's afraid to drive it because she can't back it up. So
that's good to have.
These are good for her. They're signals. This is for design. I did rewire the whole van, so it has a new custom type of light. It's not as dramatic when you're coming up behind me, but it's very attractive. It doesn't aggravate people, it attracts people. There is an aluminum bar along here between the bumper and the van. The bumper always moves separate from the van, but I want to unite them. And how would I do that, knowing that they're going to separate and close? Well, this bumper here, this part here, the aluminum, is done in a way where the bumper moves, the aluminum slides on the bumper and back. So it's always going to look the same. It's an illusion, right? That's that. But and then of course there's another spoiler here I made underneath, believe it or not. This is actually, and under here is the green light which lights up the whole ground green. Oh yeah. Right? And then when you get really underneath, you can see how I built the differential. I actually reassessed the gears inside. I put a posi in there. I took all the axles, re-put them in. Then I put buff stops in here, these heavy duty rubs. There I got coil over shocks, or Monroe's. So this thing has quite the stability in the back. It's got dual piston brakes. It is a 3/4 ton, but it's got another bar here with a green light. and to light up and bounce off the chrome as well. So this is quite the showpiece at night, right? It's sturdy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's this beautiful van. I mean, this thing speaks volumes, and when it's on the highway, it's insane. It's very insane. It's steady at a good high speed if you want it. Okay, now the windows. Let's go in depth of. I'm just going to air this truck out because there's something special in there I want you to see later, but not right now.
Don't you white people have any
Oh,
money at all?
actually, have a look. It's a ghost.
Oh, it's a ghost.
He's special. This is my.
It's a ghost.
This is my.
That's your ghost.
Yeah, if anybody recognized the movie, it's a child's movie. It's called Never Ending Story. Well, this is the dragon, Falcor. In real life, well, at least he likes to believe he is. And yes, he is a show-off. Yes, he does pose a lot. Yes, he does watch TV. He literally does watch TV.
Yeah.
He has his own shows, but he's part of the van. He's part of the Purgatory theory. He's an angel. He's my angel. Without him, I wouldn't be here, honestly. There's a whole nother story with that. And that's why he has his own Facebook page. And you can all, I will have my wife bring it up later because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, of course.
But he's also a vanner. He belongs to all the vanners. He's a people dog. Ironically, because he is a dogo, he is an Argentino dogo, bred in Argentina. He is rare because he's oversized. So probably one of a kind right now. And he is purebred. He's got his own computer chip in him and everything. He's only a year and a half old. He's a baby. He's a 125-pound baby, 1.5 years old. Quite the character. He loves everybody. Everybody seems to be infatuated. I don't know. Me, I just, how I ended up with him was, well, that's going to be another story. Let's put it that way. We'll keep you guys guessing, okay? Because that will be another story, okay? He is special, though. He is an angel. Yes, he is an angel. He was born without breathing, and we still believe he's from the first litter. How he lasted to the second litter, and he looks like the mother out of all the pups. He's oversized. He's, like I said, 125 pounds. He's 6 foot tall when he stands up on his two hinds. He loves to hug people, and he feels your heart. He wants to wait till your heart slows down if you happen to have. He's a service dog. He wants your heart to slow down, so he'll hold you and pull you toward him, and he will kiss you until you settle, because he cares. He cares about everybody, actually. He loves. Look at him. He's just. I gotta take him out. He's fantastic. I'm gonna take him out because he's got to be with us. Come on. You want to come down? That's it. Come on down. Let the people show the people what you can do. That's my boy. That's a long ways, but come on. That's my boy. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful dog?
Yes, he is.
There's my ghost.
Tell me, what these are not obviously not stock lights.
No, they're not stock lights. No. I didn't like the factory Ford lights because everybody knows what that looks like.
Yeah.
So I decided to order some custom lights out of the catalog on.
Yeah. Now, do those fit right in there, or did you have to?
Yeah, they actually fit right in there perfectly. However, you didn't see them. So I outlined them now. So this is basically added stuff I put on for the people to see.
Now you outlined them with this sticker, the stick-on trim, body trim, right?
It's actually a plastic chrome, really.
Oh, plastic.
So it's permanent. Like you can take it off and replace it. That's the nice part. You can replace them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
So you can clean them until they're not replaced. So it's a cheap fix. It's an easy fix.
Well, and like you said, it accents it.
It accents it. The whole point of Purgatory is trying to make a what do you call it? A piece of art, I guess it is. It's art on wheels. It is actually art on wheels. That I can actually say for real, because that's what this is displaying, is art on wheels. It is in the worldwide calendar. Yes, it's in the art gallery section of the month. Of the month. Yeah. It's on June. It's on #1, and it's actually done in the cemetery.
Yeah.
That is. It's got the headstones. You can't see it, but if you do a close up, you might be able to get a glimpse of the cemetery. It is just around the corner, so I'm sure it's going to be a little bit famous in itself. Okay, the front has been left because it is going to be part of the end of the project. There is going to be something up there that's going to grab drone attention, let's say, because there are so many drones. It's worth doing the top. I'm going to make in the center, in red, I'm putting a fabric up there, but it's going to be weather resistant. It's going to be more like in the same perspective as the same as the black I have on there now. I'm going to make the center and come up to the front and make an arrow at the front, and it's going to stop at the dome.
Okay.
And it's going to be trimmed off with chrome, and then I'm going to have black surrounding and trimmed off with chrome on the outside of the black surrounding. Okay. So it's going to have an arrow, and it is the one-way train to Purgatory. Really, it is Purgatory, but it's the one-way train to Purgatory. So it's all
okay. So what kind of? I was going to ask you what kind of rims you have on this thing, or tires.
Yeah, that's interesting because I remember the stock and I hated them. These here. Now I have, we tried to find rims for, like, I really wanted SS, but I couldn't find them, not 8 studs, because it is, after all. Trying to find rims for this was like pulling teeth, let's put it that way, the kind I wanted. So I ended up getting these Pro Comp wheel rims. Nice, they're aluminum, but they're 8 stud, and that's all I could find at the time. But the funny thing is, they actually worked out in the end the way I wanted them to. I do my own, I change rims, change my own tires on the rims. I have a tire machine. I do have a balancer as well, blah, blah, right? Now, however, they did turn out, because in the back, I made a aluminum bar around. I made that because this is a show van after all. So on the aluminum bar, I strapped it with lights, blue. They are on dimmer switches. These rims actually light up blue in these holes. The whole thing lights up blue, and it does dim and brighten. So at night when I'm rolling or at the show, I have lights there as well. That was part of the reason why I wanted this. It was different, and it does represent itself at night. It doesn't need polish, absolutely, but they will polish up nice. They are polished aluminum. The next time this van comes on YouTube, what's going to be different about it? It's all part of this workmanship I'm doing now. I'm planning on running 4 pipes, not just another piece out here. I want 2 pipes from the engine, from the heads. I want 2 pipes from there, and I want them both united. So they're both going to be true. That's the other side the same. It's going to have 4 pipes. That is the next video. Nice. You're going to see that. That is going to be an enhancement to the next show. And yes, again, like we said, you'll see how it lights up blue. It's just beautiful. Chrome and blue, there's nothing sweeter. Okay, we're going to fire this up. Look at all the lights, sequentials, the motor, dual air filter system, which actually saves me a lot of fuel, runs smoother, cleaner. It is less fuel. I can literally run 5 hours and use a quarter tank less than what I normally would use with the extra filtration system. It has bigger heads on it. Like I said, purrs like a kitten though for a lot of horses. It's heavy duty battery system. It's all brand new wiring, front to back, side to side. Lights, of course, still in process, but I had everything apart when I had the engine out and rebuilt it, and it's all back together. Of course, we still have the one eye, there we go. That's a solar. That's kind of, yeah, it's just a little silly thing that we have that's actually, yeah, it is kind of cool. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's quite a drawing. That's actually one color blue. For somehow this kid was managed to turn it into different shades, and he did create a more of an in-depth look. It's old 70s, 80s style. It's very cool. I like it. I like it. I come from them days.
All right,
gotta have it.
On the inside here now.
This is the club I'm in, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Cold School Vanners, Northeastern Canada, 2%ers.
All right.
Okay, we have.
Here we go.
Now, we do have a lot of room. We have our master captain seat here. We do have remotes.
You got chairs on the swivels, turn around.
Oh, we have chairs on swivels.
Yep.
Open the door. They're extra. These are not the original chairs to the van, but they are comfortable, and they do go back in the bed style too, as a matter of fact. See, I designed all this myself. It does have heavily insulation in the floor. That's why it's extra thick. These are lights which are being in the process of being hooked up.
Okay.
My wife made all this in the top. She built this. It is heavily insulated above it.
Oh, wow.
It represents the night sky. Now, if I take some of these lights and take them out, the dimmer switch is fantastic. Watch the bright light. The white light,
Yeah.
it should dim now. We'll go dim, see?
Yeah.
See that?
Nice.
And then it brightens. See how bright it goes?
Yeah.
And then it'll dim again. See that?
Yeah.
Knock it off, and you have your little bit of options in here, you know. You can go take that red off. You know, you can play with the, take the blue. Oh, I can tone the blue down, see? I can actually, let's see, which one's the green? There it is. We'll do the red, the blue and green. I like to play with these things sometimes. I can just go like this. I'll hold the red and the green, and let's go the dimmers. Watch them dim now and brighten them, both of them, actually. We'll do both of them, yeah. There's the blue, it's dim, come bright. After a while, they get used to doing that, and then they start dancing. See that? The sky now is starting to change. See that? Wait. They will change, and the sky will dim and brighten and turn different colors. It's, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it sure is, it's doing its changing now. See that?
Colors and
It's dimming and brightening, and the colors are changing now. And it does the dance. And if you really want to see it work great, then we'll just eliminate one and we'll go at it, and we'll do, and when they warm up, they really do their job. But they do change the ceiling, the tone. It goes blue and green and dim and bright and dance, and it's a very casual, the two of them. And they're beautiful, very comfortable. Yeah, it's very much for the, and then of course, you know, we'll just add the bright white, and we'll take it down, we'll bring it up, down, we can bring it up, we'll go down. It's great for camping, this is the whole point, but it is a show now too, because it's got so much going on, it's become a show now. Now you have this, a lot of different features though, see, purple, what do we got here? We got, see, I just change any one I want.
There's the moon up here. It's the moon.
The moon actually works. It's on. See that? It's the same color.
There it is.
The wife wanted a moon. She got the moon. You can't have a van and not put a moon that doesn't work. It has to work.
That's right.
You know how the wife says, "Can I have the moon?" You can have anything you want, honey.
Yep.
Anything you want. And when you have the music and you have all these lights on with those features, I turn them off. You know, you've got your fireplace here too. It too has special features. Let's go. It's got 2 stages, so you can actually use it for keeping warm too. But here we go. There's a fireplace. There's your fire. Change different colors.
Oh yeah, nice.
See? And then you can go with your log. See? Whatever you want in the logs. It's quite cozy actually. And I mean, if you need a nice romantic evening with the wife, right? You have your beer fridge. What's a van without a beer fridge, right?
Oh yeah, you gotta have a fridge.
You gotta have a fridge.
Oh yeah, buddy.
You know. We have a microwave that goes up here. We don't have it here. It's a coffee maker. There is a porta potty. It's something everybody would like to have. We do run off 2 jackeries. I do have solar panels. So, and you can see the back doors glow. The side doors glow. Yeah, it has. It just looks like an actual bar. It's something you would see in a bar.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of this. But in the back, the doors, you can see the doors have their own lights and glow, and at night that really is a nice comfortable feature when you're driving. Sound system, yes, it has that. I do like Floyd. I like that kind of music. I'm into that. Okay, and the bed. Now let me tell you about the bed. I'm not into wood and all that because I've had it, and it does create an odor. It ages. It does do funny things. This has been made so that there is no odor, there is no sweat, there is no heat. It's a custom-made mattress. It's made for this van. It's made in factory. It is gel, 2 inches of gel, 4 inches of memory foam. Wood, I do not do wood in this van. This is solid. This is all steel and metal, and great.
Yeah.
So actually, it breathes. You'll never have any sweat.
There you go.
There's no odor.
Plus, much lighter.
It's much lighter. So instead of wood, and I got the weight of metal, well, the difference is there's no wood inside. So therefore, it is pretty much balances out in what they do with wood, with what we do with wood vans.
Yeah.
So it is that. And anything else has got these are all like a plastic thing, which are actually more real looking, and they actually feel, and they look and feel real because they've been done in such a way. There's locking, no screws. In behind it, there is no wood in this van at all. None, not even a sliver. In fact, instead of wood, I use aluminum strips about that thick, soft aluminum, and it runs down. You have your frame, but the aluminum runs down. And that allowed me to put the base up for these to be mounted up from the bottom up. So, like a home. The end is an empty cavity, and I just built the squares and put mortar. It is not mortar, it's actually the material they use on this, but like every other van, you also got to have a TV, contracting TV. Of course, you want to sit outside. Same thing, you bring it out and you sit outside and watch TV. It's very flexible, it moves, and it folds right flush with the wall. So when you're driving, it's out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. The dog wants to watch TV, go ahead.
Yeah. Now a lot of guys like ask me, like I'm sure you get the same question. How do you sleep in there? Well, we have to tell them we sleep from corner to corner.
I can show you.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Here.
I know mine's 7 foot from corner to corner, so I have plenty of
So my wife doesn't kill me, I will take my shoes off. My wife
gets what's left over, and she's plenty.
As for Ghost, my wife says I have to sleep here. My wife sleeps here.
There you go.
We have lots of room. I can watch TV. How comfy is that, eh?
Yeah.
Look at the headroom I still have.
Is for your wife, which same way with me.
Yep, this is it.
Yep.
It doesn't get more comfortable than this. You got a real bed, and you got a real everything. You got pillows. You can put a high pillow if you want.
You do fit. Everybody has.
Oh yeah, and there's solid everything, and it contours on both ends, so you actually have that extra room here.
Yeah.
I can even go like this if I want to. See, and put the pillow up, and it's a nice.
Watch TV, yeah.
This is very comfortable. Look at the size of the bed.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Camping? Oh my God, yeah, this is perfect. If I need access to the ceiling, it's designed in such a way. This one can remove, and I can go to my air dome up on top, and then just pop it back, and it's all the same van. Yeah. So everything has been replaceable. It's washable. You can put a pressure washer through this thing.
Nah.
Not going to damage it. Take all this out and mattress out, and put a pressure washer in and wash it out if you want. It's not a wood van.
Right.
It's great. All this is dry. It will dry in seconds.
Very cool.
And so this van has been made for the wetlands and whatever. It's just
made for camping.
Camping. It's made for everything. This is a solid structure. This thing. It has a very nice front feature. Yeah, the seats are a little large. I like them. They're comfortable. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't have it any other way. They are out of an older van, but you know they're swivel seats.
Sure. And
they do. That's reclined. Again, you know, for the TV and that, but. I mean, still work in progress, but it's beautiful. This even lights up at, actually, yeah, I like that up as well. I believe that lights up, yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
It lights up too, and it's got a dimmer switch, so I need to see what I'm getting.
Right. I see you have the dashboard trimmed up there a little bit with some shag, a little shag.
Yep, and of course the blue light does dim, and it comes on and off from up here, see? It does dim and brighten. It'll go down. If I need to go here, hang on. Okay, here we go. It's a sensor, so see, it goes bright again, and it'll dim right up. Yeah.
Cool.
So you have that. Yeah, sounds. Everybody has to have sound. Air conditioning in this is next to none because of the way I designed the engine compartment and the sectioning off of the engine. It goes down to 58 degree, which is in here fantastic. On a trip. You couldn't be more comfortable. The suspension is solid on this thing. At the same time, it doesn't give you the bang, it gives you the thud, and that's what you're looking for in a suspension. You don't want a rattle sound, you want a comfortable thudding sound that's actually working, but it's soft too. Yeah. That's the ride you're looking for. And for something like this, it used to be a cargo van. Now it's a custom van.
There you go.
What a difference. What a difference. It's amazing.
What a difference.
Yes, pride and joy. Bed is very interesting, the way I made the whole thing actually. This is not steel, so it's not going to hurt you. This is steel.
Ah.
This is steel, see? I fused the bed together. I put two halves in there, and I fused them together, but it is off a real bed mattress. This here, instead of putting handles in, I like the plain look, and it's easier to get in there. You got lots of storage.
Yeah, there you go.
Lots of storage. No, again, no wood, nothing like that, so you don't have to worry about any terrible odors or anything like that.
Nice.
Nice plastic and metal. Here I put this on so when you get up on your foot, you don't slip.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yeah, so when you're climbing up, you don't slip off and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you have to go out and at night, you know, you're half asleep, right?
Yep.
So you want to, and yeah, you want to have, I do carry my electronics and stuff with me that I need.
On your doors you have the brick.
Yeah, it's all mortared on actually. It's not screwed on or anything like that. It's just put on, and then it's like, it looks like mortar.
Yeah.
But it's actually, what that really is that premium glue.
Oh, okay.
The Premium Plus.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. There's your there's your results.
Yep.
And then I have the touch-up paint for all of this stuff, and I use it on the Premium Plus. Now you have a mortar.
How do you use that door handle to get out?
Neat. Every castle's got to have a handle.
Do it again. Let me see that.
Every castle have to have its own opening handle.
How cool is that? Yeah, you got to be able to get out. Yeah.
Yep, that's very cool. And then of course this is the lock and unlock, lock, unlock into the.
Okay.
Yeah, we hide things, but we make it look rugged. Again, we go back to it is Purgatory.
Right.
Remember, which makes it actually perfect. But I've never tinted windows a day in my life, so I decided I can't afford to have anybody do it. I took the windows out, and I tinted them myself. I hope I did an okay job. You'll tell me, I'm sure.
They look great.
I'm sure you'll tell me that. But I do them on the bench. I take them out, put them on the bench, clean them, soak them down. Then I get the film, soak it, put it down and use a squeegee.
Yep.
And then I trim it, and I get the caulking that belongs in the window. I put it around. And this here is interesting because after the caulking and the windows are in, this is actually a fuel line, if you can believe that.
Oh.
And what that actually does, it's around the whole window. It's almost like a trimming. And it looks like a trimming, and it works like a trimming.
Yeah.
It disallows moisture from coming through.
Okay.
It's hollow on the inside, so it breathes.
Yeah.
You can't put solid rubber in there because rubber will sweat.
Yeah.
But this breathes because the inside is hollow all the way around. And but it's soft rubber. It's fuel line. So, and it's brand new, so it's used only for this. To take these curtains out and replace them, that's pretty interesting. You know, here we go. We'll just go like this, and then if we want to replace the curtains, we can take this here, we'll pop it, and we'll just pop it right off, and then this way we can replace the curtains if we want. And if you want to put them back, all you do is you just go like this, wrap them, right? And look at this, you have this corner piece, so you put that up like this, right by the curtains.
The balance, yeah.
Yeah, you put that in here like that, and it has its cavity. And all you do is go like this, take that up here, and you go like this, and you press it on, and once it's on, well, everything goes in, but once you press it on and you tilt it back, I mean, I'll put that in later, but that's how it goes pretty much. It'll all be put in the same, and it's back. But that's how you replace or wash them.
Great idea.
Yeah, so it's a simple procedure, but yet it also, you know, acts like a visor as well at the back because of sun. And that's why we have the louvers to keep the sun out, you know, which is kind of nice. Now, my wiring is done as factory wiring is done because you have to have each side wired. And this has all been wired into and through. Now, up here where the lights are, this, believe it or not, again, no wood. I don't need wood. I can work without wood. But this here is actually the siding of when you side a house with the plastic siding, okay? These are the corners. And
okay.
I put them up, and these are the trimmings as well. This is all like siding stuff.
Yeah.
But it's light, so it doesn't put any weight in here.
Aluminum,
and yet you have a cavity in there for your wires.
Yeah.
You're safe. You're safe. You can have your wires run in there. It's a great feature because let's face it, it is a cavity, and it's not much you can do with a cavity like that. But and this way allowed me to do all the nice features on the exits on the other opposite side of it, all of this slid in such a way that it's all united. It's united like building a house wall.
Yeah.
And this here is all added feature, and then here's the same stuff I used on the bottom, and therefore no moisture gets in. And when the doors close and the rubber's on this, it doesn't allow rattling.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of putting a new rubber on now. See, I've got another one. It is going on there. It is going on. Work in progress, but most of the way done.
Yeah.
Most of the way done. Enough that I can take it to shows and people get it. They see it.
Right.
You know, they see where I'm going with it. They see this is done. Yeah, it makes sense. He's gonna put another one up there. This is beautiful instead of opened.
Yeah.
You know, it just seals off everything, and the light's underneath behind on the other side of it. So it adds a bit of class, but at the same time, easy to clean too. Wipe it down. Aluminum is the best product. Here we have more aluminum. Here we have our light. We have our bar. Oh, there's something I didn't show you in the front that would make sense. When I did unite the front, let's have a look at it for a second, just for the heck of it. I did, the only way I could make this look like one piece, this bar here, it's an aluminum bar. It's got a spring in the back here and a spring in the back here. So when this bumper moves separate from the body, because they do, well, this floats and slides in and out and in.
Oh.
And it's an illusion because you don't see it move, but it does move with separate from the bumper, allowing the unit to always look the same. But we have safety in mind. That's what that's for, the bumper. This is low, so I'm not going to run over somebody. If I hit somebody, at least it's flat and not go over them. Let's put it that way. It's just a safety thing. I would rather have that than have like a 4x4 and run over something.
Right.
It looks good, but let's face it. And this way it allowed me to put the fangs on it for the show, because it's not going to hurt anybody. However, when I had it in the air, it did bite me, so I did Kristen Evans. So if you ever seen Christine, the movie,
Oh yeah.
well, Carltine. Carltine. I'm back. Now, if anybody's interested, it is a lot of fun. If you're camping and you want to mix and mingle, and there are people that will be there for you if you need them. Vanning is nothing, it's like nothing else, let's put it that way. Vanning is camping with a whole bunch of new friends, and they're like family. It doesn't matter what you have. Even if you're starting a project, it doesn't matter. Just bring it. I'm with Cold School Vanners. They are 2%ers. And this is what you will get. You will get that. It's like family. That's what we're all about.
That's what it's all about. Well, thanks for showing it to us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And,
You're welcome.
We're going to show what it looks like at night now.
That's correct.
All
It's
right.
a different van at night.
Absolutely.
It's a
different
beast.
van. It's a beast. Here we go.